Hello my friends, this is Zhenya. Today we will watch one of the best video advertisements of the year 2020 and analyze the sound in it. This is Sound Review Episode 1. Let's go. Now let me begin by saying this. I believe that a good video ad does at least 3 things well. First, it gets your attention quickly. Second, it communicates the message of a brand clearly. And third, it's just fun to watch, and usually to make as well. So my goal here is to show how music and sound design work together to achieve those 3 points. The first advertisement that we're going to watch today is The Show Must Go On by Amazon. And let's roll.
The star of the winter show is...
Good evening. All schools across the country will close until further notice, as coronavirus reached 100.
Honestly, this is one of my most favorite styles of advertisements. Let's just roll it again from the beginning and analyze the sound in it, and let's pay closer attention to where we have sound effects, what kind of sound effects we have, where the music kicks in, where the most intense moments in the ad and in the music are, and how they work together. Now, what I really like about this video ad is the structure. It starts almost silent and then it builds up little by little until it reaches the highest peak, the climax, which is underlined by the climax in the music. There is no music in the first 5 seconds of the video. We can only hear the sounds of the people. We start with some ambient sound.
The star of the winter show is...
I really like that this jury member, or maybe it's the coach, doesn't say the name of the girl. I think it makes this video very relatable to the audience. It tells you it could be your name. You could do that too. You could be in the place of that girl as well. Okay? 5 seconds in the video, the music kicks in. The chords that are played by the string orchestra and the arpeggio played by the piano immediately sets the tone and gives us some insight about what's going to happen next. There is definitely going to be some drama in this video. I can hear the noise of the clothes when the girl turns around and dances, the sparse arrangement in the first half of the video, and the subtle sound effects work really well.
All schools across the country will close until further notice, as coronavirus reached 100.
And the music slows down and fades out for a second, as if asking the question, what's going to happen next? Will she carry on or not? It's as if she stopped. But did she? No, she did not. She keeps on practicing, right? Here the music gets more intense. It's difficult to mix an intense music arrangement with subtle sound effects. When you make sound effects such as clothes rustle sound louder than an intense music arrangement, it just sounds unnatural. We only hear the music until the 37th second in the video, where there is suddenly a heavy rain in the shot. And of course, a heavy rain sounds loud. It works well with the intense arrangement of the music in this part of the videos. This is the rule, you know? The music dies out, you can show sound effects a little more. When the music gets more intense, you either use intensive sound effects or you don't use them at all. You don't make subtle sound effects sound louder than intensive music, okay? We have watched for a minute already, right? And music makes a re-entrance. We started out quiet, we got intense, then the music dies out and we can start building the intensity again from a very low level to a very high level, right? But here's the rule, and this is also how pop music arrangements are made. The second chorus has to sound even more intense than the first chorus. That tells me that the next high level will be even higher in intensity than the previous one. And this is what happens. This is getting so epic that, you know, I almost... Let me watch this again. This is a great music arrangement of The Show Must Go On, by the way. I really love it. This is so good. So we reach the climax point, right? The melody is played by the brass section of the orchestra. And no wonder, no other instrument probably can convey this feeling of greatness as well as the brass instruments can. And this is the technique that has been used by many classical music composers throughout the whole history of music. You can hear it in the music by Wagner, by John Williams, and many other composers. One thing about videos that involve some kind of choreography or movement to the music, a good example of that is musicals such as La La Land, for example. How this is usually done is by making the music first and then playing the music on the filming set in order to make sure that the actors, the dancers move in the rhythm of the music so that later you can synchronize the movement in the shot with your final music track. I wonder if it's computer-generated snow or not. So when the music dies out, you can hear the applause, the cheering of the neighbors. You can also hear the nature sounds such as the windstorm. And if you listen closely, you will hear the breathing of the main heroine as well. All in all, I think this is a great video advertisement, very inspiring. I believe that this would not be possible without proper pre-production planning, thinking out every shot, every movement. Does it grab your attention? Yes, it does. It does so with the use of creative storytelling, cinematic look, and the music track that is instantly recognizable around the world. Second point, does it carry the message of the brand across? Yes, it does, especially with the use of the original song's context. Third point, is it fun to watch? Oh yes, it's very relatable and shows the situation in which people on the whole planet found themselves in. And then it surprises you with a very famous song but in a new arrangement. Okay, so what can we learn from this video advertisement? Think about your sound design in advance. Consider what your quietest and loudest sections will be. It's the contrast that keeps the interest. Think about the journey from the quiet part to the loud part and everything that happens in between those. If you have some choreography in your video, make sure that the actors on set have some music to live to dance to. The music will set the tempo, the rhythm and the mood, and will also make the editing process easier. Study the golden ratio rule and use it to your advantage. This is a universal thing that very well applies to editing, music and building drama. And the final point, when it comes to sound for videos, there are generally three things that you have: music, sound effects, and human voice. That can be either actor's voice or voiceover. You see, in this example, we didn't have a lot of human voice, right? That only gives more importance to the other two elements, sound effects and music. So think in advance about how you are going to use and balance those three elements in your videos. All due credit goes to Sam Ashwell from the company 750 Miles an Hour for creating the sound for this video advertisement. This is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe and let me know what was the most useful part for you in the comments below. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.